Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. First formation, Bishop. Hey, how you doing this morning, my friend?
What's going on? WGO, WGO. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Bishop and my man Trey, man. It's you know what it is. It's first formation falling Thursday. Thursday is normally what sergeant's time training in the military. So we got some training for y'all today, and it's gonna be about sports, baby. It's gonna be about sports. So hopefully you enjoy this training. We will give you a safety brief, but of course, being that you're in your own area, you should know the exits and all of that, and know where your restrooms are located and things of that nature. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Why you talking?
Yeah, 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 like on the airplane, like an airline stewardess and stuff like that. But yeah, man, how y'all doing this morning? Hopefully, this finds y'all well. They're 20 less than 24 hours away from the weekend, so let's get it, man. Short week. We know President's Day was Monday, so we on a short week. So hey, how y'all
Mhm.
doing? How y'all doing? What's good, Trey?
Nothing much, nothing much. Of course, it was I had a once I got into work yesterday, had a lot going on as they was trying to figure out this situation with the we're trying to
With the
make sure
gym?
we have the gym and stuff like that. So our intramural season will continue. We will
Oh,
be
y'all
able to
found a
continue
gym?
that. Yeah, yes, they so the we have a couple of gyms, like they have the main gym where all the adults, but then there's a couple of youth gyms actually that's on the installation
Oh,
that
okay.
are they're small, but they're NCAA
Regulation?
regulation courts,
Okay.
but the facility is small. So yeah, it's a full NCAA side court, like
Mm-hmm.
the one that's in the main gym, or the Warriors Fitness Center, but the facilities is small. So
Can
we'll
it,
be utilizing
no
one of those.
spectators or nothing like that?
A little spectator. So what happened is you wouldn't be able to it wouldn't be able to get like two or three people, two or three units full of people that's coming in to watch games or games after or staying after games. So of course it's going to be a situation where they have to they have to exit the facility as the other teams come in, so their people could be able, so that way everyone can keep social distancing and all that to with our COVID policy. So but
Okay.
it'll work out, and it's just going to be a free for all, just to go. So I'm technically I'm going to be kind of like force feeding the season, but we're going to actually finish how we were supposed to, somewhat. So I was glad to hear that as we get ready to start. I got other seasons I got to start. We got golf and and soccer season that's coming up
That's coming up.
this
Mm-hmm.
month. Yeah, so they got to get those going. So I can't dwindle too long on one and then have the overlapping. And now even though saying like they said on chaos is what chaos does. So it's just one of those things. So but it's all good. We got that taken care of. We got the amazing race that's coming up, the rendition of the amazing race
Mm-hmm.
in a week. So I'm not participating in it, but I'll be there to make sure that they my one of my the facility will be used. So it's all good. Look forward to it. So what oh well, I know what you were supposed to have going on this week, which is the jury's out on that, but
Right.
yeah, it may not happen. So if that doesn't happen, what's going to be the filler?
Oh
Got to
man,
ask you.
ain't no. It really ain't no filler to be honest with you, bro. If that falls through, yeah, I really didn't have anything planned to be honest
Hmm.
with you, because my initial plans were to to be in that area.
Hmm.
So, with that being said, then yeah, it doesn't. I really don't know. Don't really know what's next. Probably nothing. Just chill out for the most part.
A weekend of 2K, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, bro. Might not even be a week of 2K, because man,
Oh.
yeah, what? Because weekend of 2K. Because last night we jumped on 2K too. Me and
Hmm.
a couple of guys in which I play with, man,
Hmm.
and they did some damn update, man. And oh my god, whatever update this was, man, I'm gonna tell you, if 2K gets a wind of this, I want y'all to know, y'all some straight b holes for what y'all did to that
What they
update.
do,
Yes,
bro?
man. So,
Oh
bro,
god.
last night we was playing, right, and
Uh
when I
huh.
say, and it wasn't just one game, right? It was
Uh huh.
all every game in which we played, whatever patch they did within the game,
Hmm.
bruh. like you could not pass the ball. Every single thing was a steal. Like, bro, in
Oh,
one game, I don't know if you've ever played in the rec or anything like that or pro am, but one game, like if you get a bad grade in the rec or the pro am, they kick you off the team, basically
for
kick you out
real?
the game. Yeah, oh yeah. If you playing bad, you get a D minus, they kick you off the game. You can't, yeah, they yeah, you get kicked out the gym. So yesterday, bro, because whatever this patch, because we've been playing, and
Uh huh.
so before a few months ago, the patch was like that, and when the stealing of the ball was ridiculous, well, you couldn't pass the ball for nothing. They was allowing the team you was playing against to intercept and steal every ball. Then they fixed it, and it was
Mm-hmm.
better. And then yesterday or whenever they did this update and this patch, it went right back to what it was, bro. When I say like you couldn't pass the ball for nothing, like bro, we was averaging 15 to 16 steals in a game. I had
Wow.
8 steals. I mean turnovers in a game. I had 8 turnovers by myself. 8 turnovers going into like the fourth quarter, and they kicked me out the game, of course, because when you get still, if you get turnovers, it lowers your grade. And I
Mm.
had 8 turnovers, bro. Like it was ridiculous. When I say like, bro, it was bad. So 2K, you are some straight B holes for doing that, man. Y'all get way too much money for that game to be putting bad patches out like that. That's horrible. That is horrible. I know a lot of times EA and EA Sport, that's not in the game. There's no way, no form of fashion is an NBA game where you're gonna see that many steals or in the game. And the bad thing is, it's only one-sided. Only one team is doing that. Like every team we play, and we played
Oh,
about.
one. So it was basically
It's
y'all
not
was the
yet.
ones.
We like, it'll be 18 turnovers to their 3 or 4. So if their whole team, right, say their whole team, has all 5 of them has all, or what do you call it, Hall of Fame stealing, in other words a badge of Hall of Fame steals.
Uh huh.
If all of the players got them, you can't pass the ball, and that's ridiculous. I don't care who
Mm.
you are, there's nobody stealing the ball that much. That's not even realistic. And I get it. It's a game. I totally understand it. It's a game. However, if you want it to be real and you want people to enjoy the game, you can't allow stuff like
So,
like
yeah.
that to happen in the game. That's not
Wow.
that's not fun. Nobody wants to play a game where a team has it's like an NBA team playing against elementary school team,
Oh, that's what
but y'all
that.
all on the same level. In other words, like when you go into the game, it says your overall team score, which is whether it's 95, 96, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Every game we played yesterday, all 4 or 5 games, every team we were equally matched at 94 or 95 or 90, whatever. We was all each, but every team we played against, we was equally matched in regards to our overall teams. However, individual players, they may have, like I said, they may have the badge of Hall of Fame in regards to steals and so much forth and
Uh
so
huh.
on. But still, when it's all said and done, if it's the NBA, you show me a game on the NBA where somebody is averaging that many steals, 20 and 17, 18 steals in a game. You're not going to see that, bro. You're not. And that's not realistic. So I said, I told my partners last night, man, I was like, look, I said, I'm not probably gonna get back on 2K until they fix this patch. I'm not, because it was ridiculous, bro. It was ridiculous.
So of course, just like of course, 2K is not NFL, but there's some ridiculousness seems to be going on. Bishop, tell me if you heard about what's the hottest thing that's going on right now, as far as in Green Bay. As what seems to be happening is there was supposed to have been, or supposedly there was a
Hush,
handshake,
baby.
a handshake.
Hush. You always find the right time to jump on. What up? What up, Alvin?
What's
What
going
up?
on,
What up?
Alvin?
What up?
So of course, what happened yesterday is supposedly there was a handshake deal in place. That's basically was if Aaron would have stayed this year, he was going to have the option of potentially getting traded wherever it is that he wanted to go, or Green Bay would trade him. So coming down the line, as we know that Aaron appeared on the Pat McAfee show 2 days ago, in which Aaron didn't say that was the case, and then yesterday the GM for Green Bay got on and said that they don't know what they're going to do. There was never a handshake shake deal in place in reference to Aaron Rodgers saying that they would trade him if he wanted to be traded. It is still at the discretion of the it's still at the discretion of the team for the most part. So I guess you could say the plot thickens, in which maybe Aaron, based on if he felt that they had a handshake in place, maybe that would be a reason why he's like, you know what, I'm just going to retire. I'm not going to give y'all the satisfaction of anything. I'm out.
Whose hand was he supposedly had shaken?
The GM, because remember the whole conversation of him not being and not playing and all that type of stuff. So I'm assuming that they had to sit down a meeting, the agent, the GM, and there was a deal, supposedly a deal in place to where if he played, then if he wanted to be traded the next year, they would trade him.
Well, this is next year, ain't it?
Yeah, so what's going on now is Green Bay is saying that they don't know what they're going to do with Aaron. They're not going to potentially trade him, or we don't know where they're going to trade him, if or any of that. And then even more so, it's not like he has a no trade clause in his contract. So if they were to trade him, who's to say it would be to a team to Aaron's liking? They might go after a deal that's going to best suit them, as opposed to trading him somewhere that he wants to. He might end up in with the New York Jets. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to where he might have wanted to go with Tampa Bay or Denver, he might end up with the Jets. So that has been what they've been talking about over the course of the last couple of days. Their GM didn't want to go into anything specific because he said those are all hypotheticals and they're not going down that road.
Wow, that's crazy.
So
Well, time will tell. We'll see. I guess we'll see.
yeah, time. Mm-hmm.
Time will definitely tell. I ain't hear about the Devontae Adams thing though, Anthony Alvin or anything like that. Many teams been calling for Rodgers
Oh
already.
yeah. So Devontae Adams, it came out yesterday that he might be that Green Bay is going to
What's
allow
up,
him
Angela? You're welcome.
that Green Bay is going to allow him to potentially walk out in free agency.
Wow.
So it's like, wow, like
And
you
Green
said,
Bay stated this?
yeah, they're not going to challenge him. They're not going to franchise tag him.
Oh
So
wow. What's
so
going on with
they're
Green
going.
Bay? They ain't.
And that was the question I had. Do you think is this the signs of a rebuild going on in Green Bay?
It sounds like it to me. That's definitely a whole all signs pointing toward a complete rebuild because you're getting rid of your best receiver or allowing your best receiver to be going out of Green Bay, and then the situation with Aaron too. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that looks like sounds like they trying to go a whole opposite direction.
So what's funny is, like you just said, that the situation with Aaron is that they have it. He's contractually he's contractually with them till next year. He has 1 year left on his contract. So
Mm-hmm.
technically they have him, but doing that, if it is anything, if it's true in reference to whether or not
Da,
in reference, well, no, DA is probably gone unless they can get him to
but
stay.
but I'm saying if Da is truly gone, if they really considering to let Da go, then that's a complete rebuild, and that's something Rogers don't want.
Yeah, but he has no choice because he's on the
He could
contract.
get he always have a
But
choice. He could
well,
sit out like he threatened
he
this
can
the
well
beginning of this season.
he can sit out, but he still that
Yeah.
doesn't that's just forcing him. They could basically, if he sits out, it might be a situation where they might be like, you know what, if he sits out, that's fine. But he's going to sit out the rest of his year. He's going to have to retire because he's contractually obligated for us for a year unless we trade him. So ultimately what happened, what if you look at it, what happens is he's still obligated for that 1 year if he wants to continue to play. If
Right.
Diego has and leave, then he's just leaving, and Rogers has to gut out at least 1 year with the organization, or until they decide, hey, we're going to trade him, or whatever they're going to do. Of course, I'm a firm believer that blood in the water is blood in the water, no matter where you're at. And when you look at it, if you see that Aaron Rodgers is unhappy, who is going to trade all that, give up all those assets for a player that is going to eventually leave anyway?
What do you mean
Like,
eventually leave? Not if he goes somewhere else. So you got to look at you got. I feel like you got to look at it in a perspective as if I can bring in Aaron Rodgers, depending on what team may be looking at. If I have an opportunity to get Aaron Rodgers and my team is only in need of maybe a quarterback, say for San Francisco,
mhm.
say a Pittsburgh Steelers, something like that. If all I need is an Aaron Rodgers, that means if I can get him and not lose an arm and a leg to get him, I could very possibly win the next year's Super Bowl or this year's upcoming Super Bowl.
True that. Or do you decide like he's going to be a free agent next year? I'm not going to give up anything for it, because especially when they're, because so you get, and
What up,
I
Freddie?
understand, your point is like you get to the point to where now, because everyone knows the deal, like they're probably going to ask for, they're going to even do one or two things. They're going to even ask for too much, way more than what you should be able to give, or they're going to ask for just anything they can get that they feel is comprehensible enough so they can get him off his books and they can get something for him. Or, I mean, a third option is just hold on to him. So, me, as I'm sitting on the other side of the spectrum, if you come talking about, hey, Trey, you know what I'm saying? What's going on over in Pittsburgh? I'm glad you got the job. And I'm going to be like, I'm going to have that look on my face like, man, I know what you're trying to do. I don't want him. He's leaving y'all next year. I'll get him. I'll pick him up. I'll pick him up on the off the street. And you know what I'm saying? They say, oh, appreciate the and thank you for
But
sending me the
that's a year.
edible arrangement.
But that's the thing though, Trey. You looking at it, that sounds cool, but that's really not cool because you talking about a whole year in which Aaron Rodgers, if he was to sit, is a whole year him sitting and not playing no ball. That means you don't know what Aaron
Possibly.
Rodgers you get. You don't know what Aaron Rodgers you getting. Even though we know he can play the game, but if he doesn't play the game for a whole entire year, say for instance he chooses to sit out, that might not be the same Aaron Rodgers you think you getting
And
because that's
then
a
I
whole
would
year he's sitting out and he's
and
a whole
then I
year
might not
older.
go after them next year. It's like, okay.
But
Yeah,
see,
then I
that's the
won't go
thing.
after him next
Why
year.
not
Like,
go for
continue
him
on with the
now?
plan.
Because you know he just played. He just won MVP again, back to back. You know the Aaron Rodgers you getting right now. You know the Aaron Rodgers you getting right now. You don't know the Aaron Rodgers you getting in a year if he sits. You
I
don't
know
know
that
that.
Aaron Rodgers I'm getting that play with Green Bay. I don't know what the Aaron Rodgers I'll be getting that comes to my organization. So
You
if
know,
I
you,
so
you know
before
if you got a team that's already set, Trey, and all you need is a quarterback, you know that it's still the same. And as long as your offensive line is decent, you getting a good Aaron Rodgers. You getting the Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay,
so
in my opinion.
I know the whole F them picks movement is coming into is in full swing. So so you're telling me you would be willing to give up a second round pick in future, maybe a future first and some future third or late round picks for a player that's going to probably only give you about 3 or 4 years, and then also a player that's going to leave that organization anyway. You don't think it would be worth it to just go ahead and sit out a year? And when, because I mean, truth be told, he might not get him next year, but also truth be told, he might not be worth it to get the following year either. So I would err on me myself. I think I would err on the side of caution, and I'd be like, he's leaving next year anyway. I'll be up for bid with him next year, and not even
That's
worry about, because
not me. If I'm general manager, I'm getting him now. If I gotta lose some picks,
F
if
them
I as
picks.
long as it ain't no, like I said, if as long as it ain't arm and leg. Now I'm not finna give up 3 first round picks for
Mm.
Aaron Rodgers. No, I'm not doing that. But if it makes sense and I can get Aaron Rodgers, like I said, and I'm not giving up an arm and a leg for it, yes, I'm going to get him now because I know what he just came off of. I know what he can do right now. I can't promise on what he's going to do if he sits an entire year. Yes, I am as a general manager. Yes, I'm going to get him. If I have a team that's only lacking a quarterback. Yes, I'm going to get him because I'm in regards to picks and stuff like that. I'm really not concerned because in the long run, if my team is already set and Aaron Rodgers has 2 to 3, maybe 4 years left to play,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good because that means in the 2 to 3 years, or
You
4 years
bring
max.
somebody else in potentially
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
work under him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can get him now and possibly win a Super Bowl because of all, and being that he would be, I would feel like if it's a team in which he's really considering coming to, and he said he don't want to rebuild, and I have a team that's already built,
Mm-hmm.
that's a win-win for me. And I'll take that gamble any day. Because again, when it's all said and done, this guy is already arguably a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
So hell yeah, I'm taking him. I'm taking him right now with no questions asked, as long as it don't cost me an arm and a leg.
So I'm on what Anthony's talking about right here. I'm on that. Like I don't know. So I ask you this, Bishop, and to
Mhm.
make at what point does a player of Aaron Rodgers caliber? At what point is it like okay, time to let it go?
Let what
Time,
go? What do you mean?
let go of the fact of what he has did and what he can be. Uh,
You
and
can't let that go until he retire. You can't ignore the fact, even if he has not won
mhm.
as another Super Bowl, you can't ignore the fact that he's an MVP. He is the most valuable player in the NFL. You and back to back, you can't ignore that. How
True
can
that.
I don't
True
know
that.
how you and Anthony Price could say I'm not looking for an MVP player. That's preposterous. You cannot say that. Who wouldn't want an MVP? That's like saying, oh no, I don't want LeBron. What? Who wouldn't
Again,
want LeBron?
that is the same thing which I'm saying. At what point do you no longer? So I would
And
believe
when
it's
he
it's
retires,
easy.
that's what I'm
It's
saying. That's when no longer. When he retires, or
so I
or
think it's
or better yet, put it like this:
uh-huh.
if not when he retires, when he's on a decline, and is he on a decline right now?
It's coming. I think it's going to be
No,
a
no, no,
hard
no.
fall.
That ain't the question, Trey. Is he on a decline right now?
Currently, he is not on the decline.
There it is. Then when I
So,
see he's on a decline, that's when I give up on him.
but so
Like
I
in
didn't.
other words, like the Ben Roethlisberger. Was
Uh
he
huh.
not on a decline?
Yes, he was.
Bye. I'm not investing in Ben. I wouldn't because I know he's on a decline. Aaron Rodgers just won MVP again, bro. There's no way he's on a decline.
So okay. So listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is why, and you brought up LeBron. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say boats. You know, what I'm saying we're talking about boats in this aspect.
Mm-hmm.
True that he's not currently on the decline. He
Mm-hmm.
both, you know what I'm saying, in the essence of him,
That part,
Tom,
Alvin.
Tom, um, if he isn't too so true
Exactly.
enough, like him, Tom, Aaron, LeBron, a couple of others, they have been playing at, you know what I'm saying, above lights out, you know what I'm saying, where that puts them in the spotlights. But
Mm-hmm.
then you have those like Tiger Woods, Serena Williams,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of others that they have been the goats of their
Their sport.
in their sport, but
Mm-hmm.
it seems like they hit a wall and then you can't get a W. Serena Williams has been sitting on trying to get a W to surpass as most wins in most
In tennis,
yeah,
tennis, in
and she
Wimbledon
and
history.
she done,
But
she
but
done
Trey,
struck out.
you got to keep in mind the reason why Serena has come up short. She's plaguing a lot of injuries, a lot. You
True
have
that.
to keep that in consideration. She's
And so
plaguing a lot. Aaron Rodgers isn't.
so that brings it back to exactly what I was about to say. In from
Mhm.
in my how I see it and how I look at it as is, yeah, you're doing great with Green Bay, but I don't want to roll the dice and bring you over to
Pittsburgh,
to to
San
Pittsburgh.
Francisco.
No, you ain't going to Pittsburgh, San Francisco. I want to roll the dice and bring you over to Pittsburgh, and then now I done paid all this for you. I done did all this, and now you're showing me your decline on my dime. I don't want
So
that.
Trey, I hear what you're saying, but couldn't you say the same thing for the GOAT, who's 6, 7 years older than him?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
came out, but listen, no, you're saying this, but you're saying this too. Listen, what I'm saying. He was in Tampa Bay. I mean, in New England.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought he was on the decline. Assumed he
Decline.
was on the decline.
Mm-hmm.
Assumed. It wasn't really saying he was on the decline. He was just assumed he was on
Mm-hmm.
the decline. He gets picked up by Tampa Bay
Mm-hmm.
and wins a Super Bowl. Those
Yes.
are the chances in which you take where you possibly have that opportunity to do the same thing with Aaron Rodgers.
True, and as I said, for me, I probably wouldn't take that chance.
I would.
That's what I'm saying. I
I
wouldn't probably
would.
take that chance because I don't know. That's why I said I would give him opportunity because at the end of the day, he's in the system he has been playing in for 18 years. Tom Brady was able to go from the system in which he played for in the same amount of years and go and reenact that. But let's not remove the fact of he brung somebody he was comfortable with in Gronkowski
AB.
and then he got AB, and they had weapons already. So it's not like they brought people in which it wasn't all roses the whole time. There was times in which you got to think he slayed the dragon a couple of times because he got crushed twice by Drew Brees in the regular seasons. And they was able to overcome them in the time at the point in which, if had they lost, it would have been over.
But they
But just
didn't.
like but just like I said,
Mhm.
when he didn't have those weapons, he did exactly what I thought he would do. He
Who?
lost. Tom
Who?
Brady. I knew exactly what he was going to do. He's going to lose. I said I was not riding with Tampa Bay because he wasn't. He doesn't have enough. He's been getting by. So that's what happened. So when I look at a situation with Aaron Rodgers,
But we're talking about, but you what you fail to realize and what you fail to make to mention is this is after he's won the Super Bowl with him. This is
true,
after. So
he
if you
went,
put
they built the
if you
team.
put Aaron Rodgers in the same situation, send him to Tampa Bay with them same weapons.
Not
So
yeah,
say
he would win. Yeah, he would win. I mean,
so why
because
not? So it's the same situation
but I'm saying that if I don't have
outside of AB, of course.
if I don't have if I don't have the weapons, then I'm not bringing Tom there. It's not worth it for me because he's going to decline. He's going to hit his decline soon.
You mean
He's
Aaron?
not, yeah, Aaron. I'm sorry, I said Tom.
Yeah, yeah.
Aaron, yeah, he's going to hit his decline soon. I feel like he's going to hit his decline earlier than what Tom Brady does. Than what Tom Brady did for.
Well, we know that, but Tom is 6 years older than Aaron,
And
or
I feel
7 years
that,
old.
Aaron, depending on who he goes to, already if Aaron is, let's okay, follow me on this.
Okay.
If Aaron Rodgers is the dude in which we think he is and can become, why
Mm-hmm.
is he not? I can understand why he's not with a rebuild, but why is he not taking on the challenge of getting people, getting them in to where he can play? Because he ain't all.
What do you mean?
Let's keep. So he's not going to have a Devontae Adams possibly.
Right.
He should still have an Aaron Jones,
Okay. Right.
and and like I said, in my opinion, that's the majority of his offense.
Okay.
So Cobb, saying they brought Cobb for what reason? I don't know. He wasn't effective. So I'm looking at. I understand you want to rebuild.
He doesn't want
Play,
right.
play your last season without a doubt. You're saying you didn't get a contract to where you can be you can have a trade no trade clause. Play the contract. If they trade you because it's going to trade you anywhere. Or you play your contract. You do the best that you can because you are that dude, 2-time back to back MVP winning MVP quarterback. And the next year, go where you're going to go, clear and cut, because you're supposed to be that dude. Tom Brady was in the situation to where he didn't have to worry about that because he was a free agent. He was able to go where he wanted and petition who he wanted to and go wherever to whoever was the highest bidder. Aaron isn't in that situation. He won't be in that situation until the following year. So at this point, why sit up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna retire because you're not getting it. If you are that person who you say you are, you have 1 year, a 1 year contract.
Mm-hmm.
Play it out, play the contract out and go where you go after that.
But why am I going to play the contract out if I'm unhappy? And I told you prior to the season of this season that we just came out of that I was unhappy. I wasn't about a rebuild. This is what I want. I am a reigning 2-time MVP champion that plenty of teams I'm sure wants me. Why would I do that? Why? I'm not. Why would I play somewhere where I'm very unhappy? And now you're talking about giving rid of my number one receiver. I'm damn sure not finna stay here. Why? That just don't even be what.
That's what I'm gonna show you.
No contract obligation.
That's exactly what I'm gonna show
that's
you.
irrelevant. That's
That's
irrelevant.
what exactly what I'm gonna show
That's
you.
irrelevant
Contract.
because when it's all said and done, that's irrelevant. Trades happen all the time. We know how contracts work, but that's totally irrelevant because I told you prior to this season, I gave y'all my even though my contract isn't up, I gave y'all another year when I told y'all I possibly could sit out. So I gave y'all another year. I told you I probably after this year is a possibility that I definitely could leave. And now you're talking about getting rid of my number one receiver too and allowing him to leave. Hell no, I'm not staying. Why? Why would I stay? Just because of my contract?
I tell you,
no,
why,
I've given you my contract. The thing about that, the contract thing for me, Trey, is I've given you umpteen years. So with that being said, screw that contract because I done given you umpteen years and given you a Super Bowl. So as far as I'm concerned, my contract is irrelevant. I've given you my scenario. I told you what I will and won't do in regards to a rebuild. If y'all don't like it, I'm out of here or I'm sitting out the season. And that's just, I mean, we can agree to disagree, but that's just me, bro. And I don't blame him. I don't.
And you know what I do? If I was your GM, if you came to me with that, I'd sit there. I would shake my.
I'm gonna cut you out, Dre.
I would shake my head. I'd be like, I understand your concerns.
I don't care about. You know what I'm doing? If I was Trey, if I was where you are right now, I would snatch that shit out your head and rip the hell out there. Rip the hell out that damn contract.
So think about this. Think about this, right? Think about this. Let's take it off. Let's take it off the field.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take it out from on the sidelines. Let's take it off the field.
I feel you, Steve. That's what everybody's saying right there. That's what
everybody's saying. Let's walk down the street, and we happen to walk in to an army installation, and think about how. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure you did just like the rest of us did. All the people that are service members that's listening. Did you or did you not sign the contract that said for your first enlistment you served?
Oh, don't Trey! Really? That's what we going. That's what we going with. That's you cannot compare the two, Trey.
I had my first contract that I signed, or I can remember signing, was an enlistment into the U.S. Army, in which I gave a contract that stated that I will serve 8 years minimum, active or inactive, before I can say I'm free and clear of, service. So my first contract was 3 years, and then I re-enlisted, or simulation of sports, I extended an additional 3 or 4 years, and then I had 1 year in which I had left, in which I would have been obligated unless I would have went into a status of being a reservist, and I would have finished out my contract like that. So from what I hear, what you're telling me is, if you had the option, because because we understand 20 years is when there was the option to retire, but then they did come with a 15-year retirement plan for E5s and above to be able to meet retire at 15 years. Mm-hmm. What I hear from what you're telling me is that you would, at the point in which you felt like I wasn't doing this anymore, I didn't want to do this anymore, and I'm ready to go, that if you had the time, if there was an agent for Army contracts, you would have went in with your agent and be like, you know what, I don't want to be at Fort Hood anymore.
Okay.
I don't want to be at Fort Hood anymore. I don't want to be at Fort Hood anymore. I don't want to work in Freeman Dining Facility anymore. I want to go to the Pentagon in Maryland. I want to be in the installation in Maryland, working at the Pentagon. Make it happen. And if they can't make it happen for you, he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit out. I'm not even going to work anymore. That's what you're telling me that you would be doing had that been able to be done in the service.
So Trey, look, what you won't do is compare the U.S. government to an organization like the NFL. What you won't do is totally, because one thing about the NFL, I mean, no, boy, you lucky. I burned the hell out that contract. What you won't do is the thing about the NFL, you cannot go to jail for not abiding by your contract.
Your contract.
Right.
Hold on. You can't.
But you cannot go to jail. Whereas in the military, you can go to jail for not abiding by your contract. So with that being said, that's apples and oranges, bro. You can't even compare the two. Now, again, when it's all said and done, you and I agree to disagree. I'm gonna tear up that contract when I see you. I bring that paper when I see you.
Really,
I'm tearing
I'm sure they're gonna
I want
bring
to show everybody
it.
I tore that shit up in front of your face. But but yeah, man, why do y'all want him to honor that contract so much,
He
bro? Because
should. He signed
what
it.
he
So
but Trey,
I'm
he's been Trey. Come on, man. Y'all gotta keep it 100. He's been a loyal to this team for umpteen years, bro. Come on. And
so
he's told you what he will not, what he does not prefer. He preferred not to go into a rebuild with a new team.
I
Like, why
understand
would he
that.
do that?
So this is a point out which I was about to make. Is something
Mm-hmm.
that what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So true enough, we're allowing Devontae Adams to walk if he wants to. We're going to do
Right.
our due diligence. We're going to offer him a contract. He's going to even agree to stay or not to
Mm-hmm.
stay. Duly
Mm-hmm.
noted. So
Mm-hmm.
when I'm looking at it, I can't rest our loyals of our organization on the fact of if to keep Devontae Adams, who's going to cost me X amount of dollars, in
Mm-hmm.
order to quell the quarterback that's currently there who's talking about leaving the following year because we're not about to offer him. Well, initially we thought about offering him an extension, $45 million. He wants to be additionally because he also not only is he doing this, he has ultimatums. He wants to be the highest paid player in the NFL
Who
by
does?
Aaron Rodgers. He
When
wants to
did
be
he
the
say that?
that's what one of the things he wanted. He wants to be the highest paid player by a large amount.
Was that 45 million making him the highest paid player that they was offering him?
Not the 45 million, but if you talk about 3 years, 45 million, then
Yeah, I'm
the
saying
whole contract,
I'm saying
yeah,
even in long term, if he
yeah,
wants to
that would
get
have made,
45,
yeah,
yeah, he
that
what he
would have
meant,
made,
yeah.
yeah, that would have put him up there. But you're
Okay.
saying, but when you look at it, we got to pay Devontae Adams, and he's going to leave. He didn't. I'm gonna go find that. So I see what you're saying, Steven. But so Steve. So at the end of the day, but it was when you come down to it, I can't rest. It's too many. As he said, it's too many hypotheticals in which we have it. There's too many factors. I can't. I can't. We have Aaron Rodgers now.
Okay.
Devontae, if you don't want to play for us because Aaron
What
is
up,
on
AP?
a 1 year is only on a 1 year deal, I got it. So it's like the franchise tag Devontae Adams. That means they have to pay him a percentage of what the average percentage of what the top 3 or 5 wide receivers make in the NFL for 1 year.
Okay.
The franchise tag him. Nah, if you want to walk, bruh, go ahead and walk. I'm not holding you. I'm not keeping you here. That's almost like you're getting a divorce and your significant other goes and is like, nah, I don't want a divorce. We're not getting a divorce. It's going to take you through the ringer and go through all this legal stuff for at the end of the day for y'all to get divorced anyway. That's what I
Right.
see that at. That's why I see the franchise
But
tag.
yeah,
That's
but
that's
so but doesn't but if one of the parties wants a divorce, isn't that right? Isn't it right to have a person have an opportunity to have to be happy and whether it's with that person or without that person? You can't force a person to be happy with someone else. You
but
can't force that. You can't force that. Whether it's written on paper, whether it's a contract, whether it's
but in this case,
whether it's your vows or whatever, you can't force that. You
that's
have to
true.
allow a person to be what they want. If they choose to be happy elsewhere, you got to give them that opportunity to be happy elsewhere.
True, but what comes back down is there's a contract, and until that contract
And like you said with a divorce,
until it is abolished, yes, even in the marriage, it's a contract, and so until
but
that
even in
contract is
divorce,
abolished,
but even in a marriage, we know millions of people have gotten divorces because they no longer wanted to fulfill that contract.
correct, yes, true
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I
So then what's
I
the
void
difference?
I void I voided 3 of those type of contracts.
Me
So
too. I'm
so
right there with you.
so true that. So even in that fact of the matter, when you look at it as they don't, it's the same thing. Like you were committed. Like you have 1 more year. unfortunately, on we don't sit up and get a contract that says, "Hey, we can simply be married for 3 years and we'll come back and revisit this. And if we still happy, we'll re up this contract." That we don't have that, you know what I'm saying, in marriages, but you have that in the army, you have that in service, and you
Mhm.
have that in sports. And
Mhm.
so at this point, Aaron Rodgers is unhappy. But the difference is also we all know Aaron Rodgers is a very highly sought after individual. He's a game changer, or he's been a game changer for the Green Bay Packers. So in
Right.
this aspect, they're a little reluctant to give him up without getting something for him. But they're not. It's obviously they don't plan to really keep him because they probably feel or see that it's going to be an issue or later on. It's like, do we want to put all our assets into him right now? And which I
Mhm.
think that's the issue. Aaron wants to solidify and concrete his situation by saying, I get 3 or 4 years at this X amount of dollars, and I can walk off after this. I feel like Green Bay is thinking like we don't want to put that into you just for you to basically say that you're good, and then we get the bad end of the stick. Like,
Mhm.
okay, when you win an even MVP, that doesn't do anything for me. But if you win a Super Bowl, that does a lot for me. You winning MVP is just simple to solidify you to get into the
Right.
Hall of
That's an
Fame.
individual accolade.
Individual
Got it.
accolade. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Got it.
don't need, and that's what goes back to what Anthony was saying. I don't need an MVP. I don't need an individual accolade player. That helps me if I get a Super Bowl, but it
But
doesn't help
that
me.
brings your status up in regards to if in case Green Bay wants to trade you, they're trading the MVP of the league.
But
That
everyone
holds
sees.
a great deal of weight when it's all said and done to trade value. So when it comes down to Green Bay saying, "Okay, we trade Aaron Rodgers," now a team says, "Okay, we'll give you a fifth round pick for Aaron." And first thing they're gonna be like, "Are you serious? You're gonna give us a fifth round pick for
Aaron Rodgers.
the reigning MVP champion?" I don't think so. Whatever team you are, we'll shop elsewhere. Whereas another team may say, "Oh yeah, we know we want Aaron Rodgers. We know he's a two-time MVP champion. Therefore, we'll give you two first-round picks because of his MVP status." Whether or not it's a team accolade, it's an individual accolade. I got it. However, it is leverage for that team because he is currently with that team. So if he gets traded, whatever, they have leverage against any team that wants him. Any team. So whether it's individual or not, it still helps that team, Green Bay. Period. Don't you bring that contract? Don't you do it? Don't you? Don't you do it? Devontae has more upside and longevity than Aaron Rodgers, and I would keep him and pay him and let Aaron walk. I'm just saying. See, I feel you, AP.
So in that aspect, true that I can get that. But what it is Aaron can't walk because he has to be traded.
Right?
And
He
so
can't
you
walk.
have,
He can't
yeah,
walk.
so
Right?
he can't
He
walk. In
cannot
this
walk.
situation, Aaron can't walk. He has to be traded.
Fact,
So
because of the contract.
so
Facts.
what happens is from what we have is a environment to where Aaron Rodgers basically is considered, you know what I'm saying, to be the next GOAT, as you could I guess you could say, to walk into the
He's the
GOAT
boat.
status.
He is
Yeah,
definitely
he's
the
the
boat
GOAT.
right now.
So
Right.
he can be the next GOAT. But is he going to continue to perform at that level if I trade him off? So me as the team in the trade,
Uh-huh.
whatever Green Bay is asking for, I have to take a good look at it and be like, I'm not giving that up. Because, or if I am giving it up, like if I'm giving it up, then this conversation or this talk is, you know what I'm saying, is irrelevant because okay, I give up a couple of third rounders
Mm-hmm.
for Aaron Rodgers. But as we all know, those picks don't mean anything in some senses. I mean, you draft a player, but it's players that don't get drafted that become greatness. It's players that get drafted in the late rounds that become greatness. So it's just where you're
Facts.
basically looking at the player, but I mean, you want to be in position to get those players first if everyone has the same concept and everyone has the same look after these players.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at just like we had the USFL draft the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton
It
Lynch.
happened already?
Yeah, it happened. They had
Oh,
it already. It
nice.
took 2 days.
Okay.
Peyton Lynch got drafted by the Denver Broncos. I mean, yeah, I think it was the Denver Broncos by what the 26th pick in the first round in 2017 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up leaving the NFL. He was
Mm-hmm.
just recently in playing in the CFL,
Okay.
and he asked out of his contract, and they abided. They acknowledged him, and they allowed him to get out of his contract with the CFL, so
Okay.
that way he can so he can sit up and get into the draft for the
Of the
USFL.
USFL. Okay.
Yeah, and he ended up getting drafted by, I forgot who he got drafted by, but he got drafted in the USFL yesterday on their last pick, because their draft was set up to where in certain rounds you can pick certain positions. So
Okay.
the last round that they only had 2 rounds in which you can draft a quarterback, and he was drafted in the last round of his of that draft, because they drafted their first quarterback that they drafted was Shea Patterson from Michigan.
Michigan. I was like, I know that name. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Shea Patterson, the team he got drafted by that team
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
in the quarterback, the round in which they was able to draft a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's where you have it. So, but he was drafted at the first round, 26 picks in the first round. You would think that he would still be in the NFL. It doesn't happen. So we know that goes by the player, the individual player.
Right.
So Aaron has, saying San Francisco, as we talked about before, had a chance to draft Aaron Rodgers. We drafted Drew Drunkenmiller. What the hell? He was out the league, in 5 years, while Aaron Rodgers is still playing. So so we don't you don't know what there's no exact science. You're taking a look at someone who you think is going to build. Aaron
But you
Rodgers has
know
been that.
what you getting with Aaron right now, though. That's the
You
thing. You do know
you
what you're
you have
getting
a
right now.
you have
Right
a
now, you see what he has accomplished. You've seen what he did last season. They were talking about Aaron Rodgers and when the season started about him leaving or being sitting out. He didn't sit out, and then mid-season they were already talking about Aaron Rodgers being MVP
I have a
because of
perfect
his.
example. A
Okay,
perfect example. We know what we thought we was getting in the body of work of Russell Westbrook. What we
okay.
currently have is not what we thought we would have been getting in Russell Westbrook. So that's
So
why I say when you
So I
get like,
disagree with you. I
okay,
disagree with you because in regards to that, Russell Westbrook before he came to LA, he
mm-hmm.
wasn't playing great ball, bro. He was not. He was not playing. He wasn't playing Houston type ball because he came. Where did he come from? Where was he at
He
before he
came
came
from the
to LA?
Washington Wizards.
Washington Wizards. He was not playing great ball in Washington, bro. He was not. He was not the Russell of Houston. And in my personal opinion, Russell was on a decline compared to where he was in Houston. I'm gonna be honest. So when him going to the LA, morning Irma, thank you. With him going to LA, he was actually on a decline. Now, yeah, y'all was in hopes that y'all was getting the Russell that everyone was used to in Houston, not the Russell that was in Washington. Everybody was hoping that Russell going to LA with AD and LeBron was going to be the Russell with KD and Harden. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. But Russell, to be honest, was not the Russell coming out of Washington that the Russell was in Houston. They was
So
hoping that. But I get
so
where you're coming from because
but
you're
so
saying, but the difference is Aaron
okay.
Rodgers is still the Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay after this season. He won MVP.
So
He won
he
MVP.
did, but so it's still lined up with what I'm talking about. So true enough, Russell was not the Russell that was in Houston or
Uh-huh.
OKC.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, Russell had just came off an injury when he got back into Washington's lineup, and he and Brady Bill helped to get them into the playoffs. So that's
Okay.
why I'm saying, like, he started to ascend back into who we thought he was. We took a flyer on him, and we brought him in thinking that he was going to be a perfect piece, in which
Mm-hmm.
that has not happened, and we don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's wrong with him.
Right.
So so that's what I'm talking about. So when I look at Aaron Rodgers, we're throwing darts at the wall, thinking that we're going to catch the lightning in the bottle, and we're going to basically that we're going to duplicate or going to catch the same situation in which we had in Tom Brady leaving New England, going to Tampa Bay, getting a Super Bowl, getting a Super Bowl, and then possibly being close, making it close to the back again, or going back to the playoffs. I think because of what we don't have anymore is Tom Brady could not continue to do the same things that we like. He didn't have the weapons that he had the first time, but he still had weapons. He wasn't built anymore because he wasn't a decline, but he didn't have that type of that energy, that type of not moxie to go ahead and wield it to where they would have ended up winning or they could have won based on what they had. And that's what I'm saying. What you got in Aaron Rodgers. The only difference is he has a year. Tom Brady
So,
probably did not want to go another year with Tampa Bay, so he retired. That's where I think they meet the crossroads at, where Aaron Rodgers has another year with Green Bay. He doesn't want to play, and he possibly can't get up out of it, so he might retire.
so I know we got to move on, and like I said, we're gonna agree to disagree. However, when it comes to the Russell thing, man, quit making excuses, bro. He was doo doo. He talking about Russell. What I will say is though, when it's all said and done, when you really can't make that comparison for Russell and compared to Aaron because again, Russell was on a decline. Aaron is on a. Bro, Russell was on a decline. Aaron was definitely at the same. It's definitely I won't say on incline, but he's definitely where he needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, he did just win MVP. Now, if Russell had won MVP of the league that year,
Mm-hmm.
before coming to LA, then okay, everybody would have expected okay Russell to come into LA and do whatever he was supposed to do, but he didn't win MVP. He wasn't that dude in Washington like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, he helped him. He did help. He did come in and do what he. But with some of these teams, in regards to Aaron Rodgers, he will be a huge asset no matter where he goes because he's still playing at a high caliber rate of what he is capable of doing for whatever team. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, I feel like Aaron Rodgers
He would
is
say
still,
enough to take a flyer on.
yeah,
That's basically that's what it
yeah,
comes down to at the end of the day. Like
yeah,
you said, you would trade for him. I was like, no, I wouldn't trade for him. I wouldn't sit up and do it. So
absolutely.
okay, I got that. I got that. I got
Hold on,
that.
what they say about your boy Russell? Russell was not going to be the same playing with LeBron. It was LeBron's team,
There's a lot of Russell hate going on.
and people expected Russell to go great when it was LeBron's position to be great, not Russell.
We'll
I'm
get to
just
that.
saying.
We
Yeah,
we'll get
we
to that
get to
in
NBA.
NBA because
Yeah,
of course
yeah.
we get to NBA. So of course, like I'm saying, back to what we was talking about with Von Adams. Do you think it's a good move for them as from a standpoint of
Hell
the
no.
team
To get
to let
to
him
get
go?
rid of hell no. Would you not say? Excuse me.
Hmm.
Would you not say Devontae Adams is one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL? Top 5.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Maybe so.
if you can say that with all the receivers that's in the league, I think it's a dumb move to let him go.
But again, it's with Rodgers. Like that's why I look at it. Like some people are
What do you mean
just
it's
like
with Rodgers?
it's
Yeah,
with
explain.
Rodgers. I mean, he's with Rodgers. Like if I
Oh,
if
you saying he's a top 5 receiver because of Rodgers?
possibly
Okay,
maybe
okay,
it's a possibility.
okay.
So it's like when we look at okay, let's see. Excuse me. We had Cooper Cup. Cooper Cup played his first couple of years with Jared Goff,
Okay.
but 1 year with Stafford, who was a better quarterback.
Triple crown.
He's a triple
Get it.
crown.
Got where you coming from. Get
So
where you
yeah,
coming from.
yeah.
Agree.
So you know, say so. That's why I say we
So
haven't
is it
seen.
safe? So is it safe to say, Trey? And I didn't mean to cut you off, but is it
No, go
safe to
ahead.
say? So is it safe to say? Do you feel the same? Do you feel the exact same way about Devontae Adams going somewhere in regards to you don't know what you're getting in the Devontae Adams
Yes,
as
that's
a
why I
wide
said.
receiver?
Yeah, I would say
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So because I mean Aaron, like I'm not saying that Aaron isn't good or anything like that, but it's you know what I'm saying
I agree,
what we
Steve.
do know is what how did Devontae play when Jordan Love was in, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like I think it comes to
Mhm.
those things. So I think what it is looking at is if we're possibly not going to have Aaron Rodgers, why are we going to pay this money to keep Devontae Adams if there's probably
Because
going to be if it's probably going to be a problem? Like
because
if
whatever
I
quarterback
think they're in a rebuild. I think they are actually
I got,
really
and I totally
yeah.
agree. But the reason why you paid Devontae Adams, the reason why you pay Devontae Adams because whoever you do bring in, if you do not end up keeping Aaron Rodgers, you
Hmm.
want and number one receiver. And because of what Devontae Adams did with Aaron Rodgers, he still is capable of being the number one receiver. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever quarterback you bring in will have somewhat of a comfort knowing that they have a receiver in Devontae Adams. In that way, it'll make that quarterback, whoever it may be, comfortable. Now, in
Just
regards to Applewhite, you saying Rodgers at top
just give me
five?
Juju. Just give me Juju. Let's go Juju.
Juju, people, a lot of people hating Juju right now because they feel like he hasn't lived up to his name and what people expected of him after AB left. So I don't know about Juju, but Applewhite. So you're saying Rodgers is top five because of Devontae also? Absolutely. And not are we only ones saying that? The NFL is saying that because if it wasn't for Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers probably wouldn't be MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Just being honest, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
so
keep it
they help each other out. So that,
absolutely.
but I think I would go ahead and allow him to get in. Like I said, I'm not franchise tagging him. It's not one of those situations because we with at this point I think the organization
See,
is in flux.
a lot of people.
What,
A
Steve?
lot of
You
people.
just on a hate anything Trey say today, huh? That's what I feel.
No,
It's that
Trey. I
it's that
just said
Philadelphia
that.
love with y'all. It's that Philadelphia love with
No,
y'all. I get it.
I
It's
just said
understood.
that though. A lot of people are upset. Like I mean, I'm talking about including Steeler fans. A lot of people, like my boy Scott Leroy, he hates Juju because everybody's expected Juju to step in the shoes of AB when AB left Pittsburgh, and he did not. Claypool did.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like a lot of people aren't sold on Juju.
It's all right. I stand with you, Juju. USC representing
I
Drake
knew it was
London
a USC thing.
showed up.
See, it was going to show its ugly face. I knew it was going to show its ugly face. I knew it. I knew it. That's the only reason why he ride with Juju is because
Juju,
he's USC
we
alum.
up, we up. Let's go, Juju. Drake London, it's your turn next, baby. Let's get it.
Look, bro, I love you, fam. Juju just does too much. See,
I mean, but so I'll be honest. Like
and
Juju
can't catch
did,
the ball.
he can catch the ball, but I mean, it's just other things and aspects of it. But of course, I'm very sure Juju talks are going to come up soon. I don't know if he's a
Yep.
free agent or he's under the same
They
thing
haven't
where he
said
has a
yet.
year,
Yeah, yeah, they
where he
haven't
has
said
a
yet.
year remaining. So we'll do that. We'll do a session. Maybe that's what we'll do one day. Come on
What's up?
and break down and pick in each day. Just do a team as we get ready to move into the draft and the West
I'm trying
Card
to.
to take a look at all those teams. So free agent, yeah. So in which he's not one of those people being talked about, but he will be as soon enough. Uh, Additionally, did you see as we talk about Brady? He's going from the gridiron to Hollywood as he is the producer and director, I think, associate producer for a movie which is called 80 with Brady, in which it is a story in which is a true based on a true life a depiction of a bunch of friends getting together and doing a road trip as they go to see Super Bowl 50 what's that 51, in which the New England Patriots defeated the Antonio Atlanta Falcons in 2017. So Brady's trying his hand at again because he was a part of the production team that produced Man in the Arena. So in which I have not seen yet. Bishop, I think you said you haven't seen it either yet.
No, the Tom Brady
Brady
GLMC
docu,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I haven't seen that.
So yeah,
But what
so
is he doing? What's going on?
the movie. He's producing a movie called Brady and 80. I mean 80 Brady, yeah, Brady and 80 or 80 and Brady or 80 for Brady or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
he's on that. He's doing that. And as we talk about on the move, Troy Aikman is on the move.
Oh,
He's yeah, he works for Fox, but
yeah.
he's going home. He's going coming home to ESPN as he's going to be who's trash. See, hold up. I see. Here you go. I say something again. It's trash. Everything coming out of my mouth is trash, huh?
Who
But
you talking about? I know you talking about Tom Brady.
I think you
You
talking about
can't be.
Aikman.
Oh, Troy Aikman. He might be talking about Troy Aikman.
Yeah, Troy Aikman.
You
Basically,
can't call him trash either, though.
he's leaving Fox Sports to work ESPN on 5-year deal. Oh Brady. Oh Brady.
Wow. Are you serious, dude? You've lost your mind.
But he's going to ESPN to do Monday Night Football.
Oh, wow.
Additionally, also he might double dip, or I'm not gonna say double dip. He might do two, as he's also looking at possibly working with Amazon Prime doing Thursday night football as well. So he'll be doing Monday night football and Thursday night football as a sports analyst. Bruh, do you know how much in researching this and look at it? Do you know how much Tony Romo makes for
Mm-mm.
doing CBS?
Uh-uh.
18 million a year. He's making more. So he signed the 10-year, $180 million deal to do CBS, which overshadows, swallows what he made in the career in the NFL, in which he only made 127 million.
Oh wow.
I don't know what they seen in Romo, but he definitely secured the bag
He
in
did.
that aspect. I was like,
And,
what?
and he's not getting hurt. And
Yeah, in the booth. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He can twist
yeah,
an ankle going up the
wow.
stairs. That's about
Yeah,
it.
that's about it. Yeah.
Maybe catch a cramp because he's been
Burn
sitting
his
there too
tongue
long.
on coffee. Burn his
Yeah.
tongue on coffee or something. But that's about it. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
See, you own one, Steve. Goodness gracious.
Aside from the 110 million you took to lead it out. Oh, Steve is doing. Yeah, he on one today, bro. He is on one.
And of course, hearing, which I'm not too hurt about, Jimmy G may not be leaving San Francisco after all.
See, that's funny because I heard something totally different. I heard yesterday that the Colts may be looking at Jimmy G because of the fact that Carson Wentz, they're looking at the Indianapolis Colts are looking at moving on from Carson Wentz so that they don't have to pay the total of 22 million that they owe him. So they would be freeing up if they let Carson Wentz go, they will be freeing up
A good amount of
13
money.
million, 13 million on cap space. They will be freeing up 13 million, which with that, they're looking at what they said is Jimmy G,
But they would have to trade for him because he's still in the contract. But
which is possible, which is not
stop it.
necessary.
Stop it,
Why?
bro.
Why?
Y'all is not finna
Come on,
send
come on, come
Carson
on.
Wentz. No, bro.
Go
Stop
ahead.
it.
Why Wentz can't come to San Francisco, bro?
No, bro.
Why? Why? I think that's an even trade. Why Wentz can't come to San Francisco, bro? Don't worry, I'll wait. I'm listening. Why Wentz can't come to San Francisco? I want to know.
So you know
Inquiring
what?
minds want to know.
I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't be. So obviously, Trey Lance is supposed to be our future, first
Okay.
and foremost.
Okay. Got it.
Outside of outside of Wentz, Carson
That's why we
Wentz.
got rid of him. Absolutely, Steve. He talking about Wentz. I'm glad we got rid of him.
Outside of Carson Wentz being successful in the first couple of years of his career,
Talking about Romo.
he's on a little bit of a decline. So I don't foresee them trading for Wentz aspiring contract that's only $4 million less than the one in which they have in Jimmy Garoppolo to bring in Carson Wentz to be the mentor to Trey Lance. That's why I say no, don't bring Wentz. I'm not saying he's trash.
Okay.
He
Like
has
everybody
some
else on here
issues.
is.
Yeah, everyone else is saying he's trash. I'm not saying
I
he's
say he's
trash.
trash. He ain't trash. I wouldn't
Because
say that.
I was about to say,
He's not trash.
you know, Philadelphia fans, y'all is atrocious. Like y'all are
Yeah, no,
horrible.
he's not trash. He's not a finisher though. He can't finish. He's not a finisher. He had an opportunity to put the Colts in the playoffs, and he lost to the damn
Why everyone
Sunshine.
going on no Wentz?
He lost to Sunshine, one of the worst teams in the league. All they
The
had to do
Jaguars.
was beat the Jaguars, and they
Trevor Lawrence.
lost. Come on, bro. Like that's bad. That's bad.
Let me call out some of these people. So we're gonna have to
Mhm.
call out some people.
Okay.
So he's trash, but he was never the same after the Rams injury. Was he or was he not clicking on all cylinders and
He
had
was.
everybody? Yeah.
He was.
So why is
He
he
was on.
trash
He was on
now? Like
because he. Excuse me. Because of the fact, like you just stated, because of that injury. Once he came back, he wasn't the same, bro. It's like his injury caused him to start making horrible decisions. Prior to that injury, he was making decent decisions for the Philadelphia Eagles.
him and
And
Jared
then
Goff
I
was in
think
a
what happened
battle.
was, I think what happened was he had got that injury. Foles came in, won the Super Bowl for us, was the Super Bowl MVP, and it got in his head. And so therefore he
But
started.
they
I
got rid of
personally,
Foles for him,
I
presumably.
got it. I got it. But I think in his mind, I think it got in his head. He had to prove a point that, oh yeah, I took. I want y'all to know, and this is just how I feel. I want y'all to know, yeah, Foles won the Super Bowl for us, but it was because of me that we even made it that far, which is true. Which is true. But I feel like it got so much into his head that he tried to do too much, and he was forcing things, and that was his downfall. In my personal opinion, I truly believe that, because I can't understand how that injury forced you to start making bad decisions. And that's the only thing about Carson Wentz. He makes bad decisions. He forces things that he should not force, bro. Carson Wentz could be a good quarterback if he stopped making them bonehead decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that. But he can't, and you see it. What he did in Philly, he's doing the exact same thing in Indianapolis. The same mistakes. The exact same mistake. He's not the same when he would be thinking he could do what he exactly. And that's not how he broke defenses down with his facts. He's not that dude no more. What people fail to realize is, unless you are a Lamar Jackson, and even Lamar Jackson has declined in regards to how he came into the league. So let's just look at a few things. Like, and I'm not putting Carson Wentz, definitely not putting Carson Wentz in the category of Lamar Jackson. No, not none whatsoever. But when you look at quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, the Michael Vicks, the Kyler Murrays, the Deshaun Watsons, and people like that who are mobile quarterbacks and who also are able to throw and things like that on the run and make plays out the pocket, the Patrick Mahomes and things like that. You have to keep in consideration that it works in your first, even the Hurts, that works in your first season. However, once teams get film on you in the NFL doing the things that will make you successful the prior season, a lot of that stuff goes in the decline.
Yeah,
Because
like
now they know how to prepare.
how they stop RG3 and Colin Kaepernick
Thank you.
after RPOs.
There it is. That right there. People fail to realize it's good for one, maybe 2 seasons. After that, it's obsolete. It's obsolete. You can definitely tell, yes, Lamar Jackson is still dangerous because he has a great deal of athleticism and he can do a lot outside of the pocket and he has phenomenal speed. But once people figure all that out and put a spy on you and things of that nature, the thing that I used to hate about Carson Wentz, man, more than anything in the world, Carson Wentz is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's between 6'4" and 6'5", somewhere in there. He's a tall quarterback. Carson Wentz, and if you pay attention, you look at him when he was in Philly, the few years he was in Philly, and even including when he went to the Indianapolis Colts, Carson Wentz getaway move every single time when he is pressured is the duck. He loves to try and duck every single sack. Dude, you are 6'4", between 6'4" and 6'6". You are not going to be able to duck a sack. Once teams figure out that's your go-to move to duck, everybody figures it out to go low at you and be able to sack you. And even to this day, I want, if you get an opportunity, Trey, just look at the sacks and Carson Wentz, at some of the sacks or the pressures in which he's 6'5". Thank you, Steve. Look at some of the sacks in which Carson Wentz takes, and or tries, or some of the sacks in which he tries to avoid. Watch one of the main things he always does. He ducks. And teams has figured that out, bro. They figured it out. With Michael Vick, you know what Michael Vick's go-to move was? The spin. If you put pressure on Michael Vick, he loved to spin to his left. He loved to spin to his left. Or is it his right? He loved to spin to his right. That's his thing. Once you figure those things out, bro, it's hard. It's hard to continue to do those things because people know what you're about to do. They know what you're about to do, bro. So that's Carson Wentz, downfall. He doesn't change. He makes bonehead decisions. What up, Lestan? Appreciate you. Good morning. Thank you for making information. I got a 4856 for you for being late. But those are the things in which he does. And that's why he's not successful. Why are we talking about that under average Carson Wentz? He's a loser wherever he goes. He should be a clipboard holder in the NFL. Some people would say that about Dak Prescott there, sir. Just being honest, Mr. Applewhite. Just so you know, some people would say that about Dak. Just being honest. But yeah, that's my thing. So I don't really think he's a trash quarterback. I don't. But I do feel like he needs to stop making bonehead and rookie. He's still making rookie mistakes in his 4th, 5th season.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So, a couple of questions. So, as we know, a couple of people are even looking at moving teams because they're on last year contracts or they're free agents. So, I have a couple of ones I'm going to ask you and tell me out of these 4, who do you think would thrive the best with another team? The 4 candidates are Jarvis Landry, wide receiver, Cleveland Browns. Allen Robinson II, wide receiver, Chicago Bears.
Who? What's his name?
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson, the wide receiver. Yeah.
Okay. Jameis Winston, quarterback, New Orleans Saints, or Melvin Gordon, running back for the Denver Broncos. Who do you think would who would thrive better on a different team?
That's a good question.
So I think Allen Robinson. So I think Allen Robinson. He has been productive in Chicago, although he hasn't been getting, which we talked about yesterday briefly, with the decline. And we talked about maybe he should stay in Chicago due to the fact that Justin Fields, they got a new quarterback. But I think I would like to see him somewhere else. Of course,
I feel like
if I can.
Of course you would. I feel like I'm with Steve. I think it's Jarvis Landry.
Really?
I think it's Jarvis. I think Jarvis Landry because I feel like Jarvis Landry again has got a quarterback in Baker Mayfield, and of course Boomer Sooner. But
I cringe when I hear that. You know what? You saying that is like me hearing people say "See Hawks." Like that just cringes when I hear that. Oh,
I feel like proof is in the pudding, bro. Because we look at what OBJ did once he left Cleveland.
He left, yeah.
So I feel like Jarvis Landry would have more.
That sounds like a knock on your man's. Then
I'm not, and I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. It might be time for Baker to go somewhere else. To be honest with you, I feel like his time has. But we talking about the Cleveland Browns, bro. We're talking about Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns. His time, like Jarvis Landry is a role player, second receiver at best. Man, you are crazy. This is coming from a guy who thought y'all best receiver was
Pollard, the best player was Pollard.
Come on, AP, you sound crazy as all get out. You said Pollard is y'all's best receiver, bro. You come on, and everybody know that ain't the truth. That is not the truth. But I will say, I feel like Baker would do better at another team. Under a different coach with different, you know what I'm saying, with a different
You talking to
Applewhite. He's spoken, Steve. Don't worry. He has no idea. I feel like Baker could do better somewhere else. I would put it like this. I would love to see Baker go somewhere else to see if he could be if it's him or is it the coaching in Cleveland. Put it like that.
So I figured that you would say Baker. I mean, not Baker. I figured you would say Jarvis. So I have 4 teams, and let me know who you think would be the best fit. That matter of fact, let's go 4 through 1 on the best fit for Jarvis Landry. I have 4 teams: Indianapolis Colts, the Chicago Bears, the Baltimore Ravens, New England Patriots, and that's with Colts. Do you think Wentz gets help if Landry's there?
Well, for one, Wentz is not going to be there. It's pretty
it's
much
over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
You just heard just listening to the general manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, the general manager. He's pretty much said without saying it that Carson Wentz is going to be gone, and he has to be gone before March 18th, or they have to
so
pay
they
him his money.
their money, yeah.
Yeah, so he's def. I totally feel so. I definitely not there.
Okay.
Um,
So that would be
I feel like
that would be your number 4.
yeah, that would be my number 4. The number 3. What was the other teams?
The Ravens, Bears, and Patriots is left.
Ravens, Bears, and Patriots. Bears would be 3 because I feel like Justin Fields, you already got the same thing with Allen Robinson. So that would be 3. 2 Patriots.
How did I know that number 1 would be
Matt Jones. Yeah, Matt Jones. He could probably first out there with Matt Jones. I do believe that he could definitely be a 1. And then 1 Ravens. Woo, you got him with Jarvis, like I said, being the 1. Then you got Hollywood, and then you got Mark Andrew. Oh my God, with Lamar. Oh my God.
You think that's what he needs right there?
Boy, that's it.
Well, of course, I think he needs a run game too. But
Right.
but yeah. So a receiver, a short hand receiver to be able to catch the ball, throw to.
What's coming out, AP? I said it, and the team is saying it also. Go do your homework, Steve. The Cowboys see what I see also, and it's coming out. Now, what's coming out? I don't know what you're saying. If Landry don't care about stats, go to the Ravens. Ooh, why you say that, Anthony? What do you mean? If you don't care, if he doesn't care about stats,
I think if he's with the Ravens, he's gonna get his feel.
I feel you, Steve. I said I give him past the second because Matt Jones. I feel Matt Jones could definitely up Jarvis Landry's status. I give. Oh, you said Ravens first, and then you said, okay, got you. You with me, Steve? You absolutely with me. I'm to Pollard being as good as I said he is. No, he's not, bro. He is not. Pollard is not. You got Pollard over CeeDee Lamb. You're out your mind, bro. That's what they're saying. They're saying CeeDee Lamb. And if you want to do your research, AP, I know you weren't talking to me, but if you want to do your research, AP, they're saying it all over. I heard it on the radio and everything this morning. CeeDee Lamb is the number 1 receiver. They're saying that they should release and let go of
Amari Cooper.
So I would say it would be CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, then Pollard, not Pollard, and then whatever number the Ravens is a running team. Really, Anthony? You think the Ravens are a running team, Trey?
Nah. Lamar's a running quarterback, but
Facts.
the Ravens isn't a running team.
I did my opinion. Absolutely. CeeDee Lamb is a dog. Boomer Sooners. Look at you go with that contract. Are you freaking kidding me? Applewhite, go do your homework, bro. Amari Cooper is not even a top 25. What did they say this morning? He's not even a top 25 receiver, bro. Top 15, top 25, something like that. They say he's not even. He's not, bro. They already said that. They talking about cutting Zeke too. Yeah. They talked about that this morning too, Anthony. They even said it. They go look. What's his name? What's old boy that's commentating for that came out of Pittsburgh?
Oh, Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark. He main one. Go look at what Ryan Clark said about CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. Gives up too many. Man, stop, AP. You know what? How you a Cowboys and don't know your team, bro? That's my thing too, Anthony. I have no idea why Applewhite don't know, but don't worry about it. Big play, Ryan Clark. Yeah, that's him. He the one said that CeeDee Lamb is definitely the number 1 in Dallas. He didn't say Pollard, and he didn't say Amari Cooper. Ryan Clark, and not just Ryan Clark, others also said the exact same thing. That CeeDee Lamb is the number 1 and clearly shows he's the number 1 receiver. Matter of fact, Ryan Clark said Amari Cooper is a $100 million being paid as a $100 million receiver, but it's playing $20 million play. That's exactly what Ryan Clark said. That's exactly what Ryan Clark said this morning. I'm giving you facts. CeeDee's good, but he gives up too many. I don't know where you get that from, bro. They had him running. That Sooner is number 1 by your standard, but he does not go hard every play. I disagree with you, bro. I disagree with you. But go ahead, Trey. I'm finna look something up for this man, AP.
No problem. So, like you said, and basically when it comes down to it, we'll basically have some more on that as we continue to go on because uh, CD like Amari Cooper, I think he's a shell of who he was once before. Not saying he can't get back to that, but
Right.
he's not what they paid him evidently. Nor is Zeke at the end of the day for them
Yeah.
Cowboy fans that's out there. That's I
Facts.
mean, when you look at it, it is what it is.
Facts.
But we should be seeing. But of course, we'll probably come back to that after we get into the NBA because Bishop's looking up something, so I know he's gonna want to make that point. Of course, when you look at the NBA, Bishop, I took a look
Hold
at
on. Hold
this.
on.
Yeah,
Hold on. Hold on. Right there, bro. You say you want people to look it up, Richard Applewhite. Here it is for you, bro. Amari Cooper, CD Lamb, Dallas Cowboys, receptions, Amari Cooper, 68, CD Lamb, 79, targets, Amari Cooper, 104, CD Lamb, 120, Amari Cooper, yards, 865, CD Lamb, 1102, yards for reception, Amari Cooper, 12.7, CD Lamb, 13.9. Bro, stop it. Stop it. It's right there, bro. It's right there, bro. Stop it. Get off that Amari Cooper joint. And I know Pollard ain't nowhere close to that. I know that. So stop it, Applewhite. Stop it. He clearly killed him in every stat, bro. Every stat. 1,100 yards to Amari Cooper's 865. He ain't even having 1,000 yards rush receiving, bro. Stop it. How are we blaming Amari? But no one is good if they not getting. Whose fault is that? You blame you. So that right there tells you right there, AP. That means CD Lamb is running better routes than Amari, because that means CD Lamb is getting open more than Amari is. That's not CD's fault. That's Amari's fault.
he says Dak's fault.
Oh, now you're gonna blame Dak. Oh my God, bro. So now he likes Amari. And so what you saying? Dak likes CD better than he likes Amari? Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Look up. I sure will. I
Well,
sure.
so of course
Remember
it's
them
going to be
numbers.
different. Pollard is a running back, so of course it's going to be different. So remember what? So when what Pollard came up on is because when we asked who's the best player on the Cowboys, Applewhite was like Pollard in that time frame. So that's how Pollard came up. But I mean, even when you look at what you just said for CD, I'm sure that Pollard wasn't putting up those type of numbers to help and aid in the conversation that he would be better than CD Lamb from a team standpoint either. That
Yeah,
can hit targets.
I'm just saying, bro. And you saying Pollard, like Trey say, you really comparing apples to oranges because Pollard is a running back. So if we go on receptions, Pollard 39 again, CD Lamb 79 targets, CD Lamb 120, Pollard 46 yards, CD Lamb, like I said, 1102, Pollard 337 yards, CD Lamb 13.9, Pollard 8.6. What else do you want? Bro, like, come on. I told you Pollard's not even close. Just like I said, it's CD Lamb, Amari Cooper, Tony Pollard. Move on, Trey. Good Lord, bro. Come on, man. You're not going to come on. I know y'all might hate because my man's a boomer sooner. But it is what it is, bro. The proof is in the pudding. I just looked it up for you.
Bottom line, CD is good, but we are not going to get to the big game with CD. Ooh,
How do you figure? Trey, go ahead, man. Because Applewhite is gonna find an excuse either way it go, bro. Either way it go. I just showed you Pollard was definitely not better than CD. Then I showed you Amari wasn't better than CD by stats. You keep saying CD was he didn't make the big play, bro. He had 1,100 yards receiving. Stop it. He beat Amari Cooper in receiving by 300, almost 300 yards, bro. Stop it. But you would say NBA. Trey, go ahead. What you were saying?
Yes, NBA. So what we found out is, of course, Gordon Dragic basically chose to go to the Nets due to one overall glaring factor. Nash was his mentor when he was in Phoenix.
Oh, you
So
said
that's
that,
what.
didn't you?
Yeah, I
Didn't you
said that.
mention
So
that? Yeah,
yeah, I said it yesterday, and it comes out. That's exactly why he said it was a
it
no
makes
brainer for
sense.
him. Yeah, that was his mentor.
I
So
did
he's
not
like,
see this, Steve. I did not see this. Hold on, my bad. But go ahead,
so
Trey.
so basically he's saying that he came into the league under the tutelage of Steve Nash. So he's like, who wouldn't want to go out basically the same way which he came? So he looks forward to when he leaves the NBA that it be under the tutelage of Steve Nash, which
Mm,
of course hopefully with a championship.
okay,
So
I
additionally,
like it.
of course, also as we get ready to get started, the Kemba Walker guard, New York Knicks, is currently going to power it down for the rest of the season with about 25 games left. Um,
What
he's
do you
he's
mean power down?
he's not playing the rest of the season.
Is
Him,
he hurt?
so he has been hurt here and there, but additionally, also he has been at sorts with Thibodeau, Tom Thibodeau for on the coach for the Knicks, and so the both sides have agreed that he can power it down, as well as the Knicks and his agent are able to look for trade destinations for him at the end of the
Is he
day.
not? Is he not on contract, Trey?
He is on
Oh,
contract, but
huh?
so listen,
Huh?
to what was the word?
Huh? Huh?
He is on contract, but both sides have agreed to it because he's in. They're going back and forth. So he came in. He was on fire. Then he got injured. They
Mhm.
sat him down. At that point, Derrick Rose start clicking on all. Start showing forms of him as a former player, and
Mhm.
then Derrick Rose got injured. So
Man, I hate it for
when
Derrick
Kimba,
Rose, man.
yeah,
God, that's a talent
when
that just can't stay
When
put.
Kemba Walker came back, he went on a tangent, 3 games with 21 points. And
Mhm.
then he got hurt again, and he's been in and out of the lineup since then. And some of it's been he was healthy and he wasn't in the lineup, and the other times he's not been healthy and he wasn't in the lineup. So basically, there's like I think he got injured the other night. Now he's averaging about 10 or 11 points a game. They just decided to let him go ahead and
Basically,
rest.
did basically they doing him like they allowed Ben Simmons to do.
Yeah, just they allowed him to rest. It's like he get ready for the season, for next season, and they're free, and he's free to go ahead and look for trade destinations, as well as they'll look for trade destinations, or maybe he comes back and continue to play
Do you
as a
think he
healthy.
can get back to his old status,
No,
Trey?
not his old status. I think he can
No,
be done.
you think
I
he's
think,
done?
yeah, I think he's. I'm not gonna say he's done, but I think he can get back to who he. To some degree of saying being a guard
He can
because
be
he's.
effective.
Yeah, he could be effective, which I'm like maybe off the bench or being
Six
a
man.
sec, yeah, a
Okay.
6 man, or saying, or just a relief for whoever the point guard is on the organization. I think that's where he's at now in his career. 32 years old. Um, so
He's young though, Trey. He still got
yeah,
a
he
lot
is.
in him, bro. Russell and all of them is older than him.
Nah, Russell is not even. How old is Russell?
No, Russell Westbrook is older than 32, ain't he? Hell yeah.
Or
Yeah, Russell
just
got to be
barely.
older. Yeah, Russell got to be older than 32, bro. I want to say Russell got to be mid 30s, ain't he?
Russell's 33.
Oh wow, okay, he's only a
Yeah,
year older. Okay,
that's why I say yeah, Russell's young.
okay.
So so yeah, so that's where they're at yet. So I don't know the power down. I guess of course it's a business move for both
Hmm.
aspects of the sides of it.
Right.
In which I applaud the Knicks for giving them the opportunity, like saying to agree, like okay, we're just gonna go ahead and let you shut it down because they could have been you gonna continue to play or you just gonna continue to sit our bench, kind of like what they did with John Wall in
But
Houston.
but Trey, let me ask you this:
Because
Why you think so? Why do you think they allowed him to sit down?
they're ready to get rid of him.
And also because what? Don't ignore it, Trey. Don't ignore it. I
He's
know you know
not.
where I'm going. You
So
know I'm
he's
going.
not.
Don't ignore it,
He's
Trey. Don't you
nowhere.
do it.
He's
Don't you do that,
nowhere
Trey. Don't
close
you do that,
to
Trey.
what
Say it. You say it right
You're
now.
looking for the equivalency. He's nowhere close to the equivalency of Aaron Rodgers.
I got that. We ain't talking about that part. I'm just talking about are they allowing him to sit down though? Because what?
They came to an agreement.
Trey, you
He's
a dirty.
under contract with
He's
them
dirty.
still. He's
Trey,
still
you
under
a dirty.
contract with
I
them.
can't with Trey, y'all. I can't with Trey,
He's
y'all.
still under contract with them.
He's
But
still
there's
unhappy,
and,
Trey.
and
He's
but you know
unhappy.
why he's unhappy? Because the coach is unhappy with him. That's why he's unhappy. So the
But
coaches, some of this,
regardless,
they're
he's
not
still
playing him.
unhappy. Is it not? He's unhappy, Trey. And before you put an unhappy player on the court, just like Ben Simmons, and before you put an unhappy, I knew this was gonna come back. See, God works in mysterious ways. Thank you. And when before you put an unhappy player on the court, sit him down or get rid of him because he's unhappy. He's not going to give you his full potential because he doesn't like where he is. Trey, that's the only. That's my point I was making about Aaron. Even though you're right, we comparing Aaron apples to oranges when it comes to
Kimba
status and
status versus Aaron status.
yeah, got it. But as far as wanting your team to be successful, if you have an unhappy player, you're not going to get the best. You're not going to get their full potential because they don't really want to be there. Thank you. Thank you. I like it. When he's silent, I love it. I love it. Thank you.
That's like I said, some of that is based on the coach's
I agree
reluctancy
with that
not
too.
to play
Yeah.
him.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not just also that's why I said it was in agreement. So in the case of when we talk about Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, both sides are in agreement. Green Bay is like we got to it's a business. We got to take care of business. In this case, New York is like we got to take care of business. But I think this is what's best for our business is to go ahead and allow you to sit down. While you're sitting down, you can go ahead and explore potentials for trades and come back and let us know what y'all got, and we'll see what we can make work.
So AP, I feel what you're saying here, and in regards to Kimbo, to me, Kimbo wasn't a Derrick Rose, man. Derrick Rose, don't get me wrong, Derrick Rose was explosive, bro. Derrick Rose, when in his heyday, Derrick Rose was explosive. Before he had those injuries, bro. Like Derrick Rose was that dude. And not saying Kimbo wasn't either, but Derrick Rose was a player that was putting fans in the seats because of his style of play and how explosive he was. Now, in regards to you saying their best days are behind them, you agree with
Maybe,
that,
but
Trey?
I mean possibly, but I know. So I won't say their best days are behind them, but I think they're past their primes, but they can still
At
be
32,
effective.
though, Trey? Is that past your prime at 32?
Yeah,
And this is just a question. I don't
yeah,
know.
I
I
think,
don't know.
I
I'm not
think, I think,
saying
I think he's,
either
I think
or.
he's, yeah, I think Kimba is on a decline in the current situation. Now he might. I think what helps is if you get in other situations like everyone thought Derrick Rose was past his, and then he got in a situation in New York that was conducive to
He
him
was
being
playing
able
better.
to play, and so
He was playing
now it's like
better.
okay, he's revitalized himself. So I think it's just one of those. It depends on the system you're in because you got to think Rondo continues to
He does.
do what
He
he's
does.
at Cleveland now. He's better than when he was at LA or any other place. So it's just when you look at it, I think it's just really about where you are for the most part. And
So do you
Kimba,
feel like do you feel like, not to cut you off, do you feel like
no,
them two, if they was to somewhat take a back seat, somewhat like a Rondo type role, could they last a few more years within the NBA?
yeah, I think if anyone was take a look at their situations, and I think the clearest of that when you look at it is people like Carmelo Anthony
Right. I was about to say him
When
too.
he was up in Portland. Like he decided, okay, I'm gonna take a role, and it kind of revitalized the situation to where he was able to leave Portland and go get picked up by the Lakers. Now, had he not did that, and had he been fighting and been going back and forth and talking about how he should have been uh, on the court and how he's not a bench player and all that, and I'm not a role player, then he probably would have been bounced out of Portland and he'd probably be sitting somewhere on the couch. or in
Right.
someone's booth or sitting on the stand on one of these NBA talk shows. So
Right. But that's
it,
of course that was clearly, we all know clearly that Carmelo, that was his ego. You know, he was so used to being a starter and being the person that he was prior to, being not being picked up before he went to Portland. It's hard to accept that backseat role, which he's done well in LA, I will say. But some people can't swallow that and
mhm.
accept that that backseat role. But I feel like Kimba and Derrick Rose, I feel like they could be that Rondo type person for whatever team. You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
long as they're mentally ready to accept that role. Um, Derrick Rose, I feel like he definitely would prefer to be back to the Derrick Rose of old. However, because of his injuries, like Lestan said, and Richard Applewhite said, like injuries has plagued him and Kimba,
Hmm.
and that's just the nature of the game when it comes to it. The injuries, that's a part of the game, and it's only for you to continuously be plagued by injuries. You absolutely gonna be on the decline. Appreciate you,
So
Freddie. Thank you, Fred.
it definitely, like you said, and it's just Kimba at this point, which brings us to the fact of the matter. But it's players all across the NBA, or saying, or any other aspects of all other types of sports where they are declining or on a decline, or they bring something to the table, and it's just a matter of finding that right niche for them in which when they as they go forth. So Kimba, look for hopefully, saying, like I said, I don't think he's done completely, but do think that he is probably a situation out there for him where he can play. He's probably not that starter anymore. He might be able to spell a starter if they're injured or if they need some time or they need to like mix it up, probably. But just like Derrick Rose, but he's as far as that talent in which he was before, I think he's a little past that.
So, AP, you said Derrick Rose, like Penny Hardaway, knees and ankles were not built for long careers. Derrick Rose is short, and dunking so much was not good for Rose. He had to change how he played to get some longevity. Do you not feel like Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook are the same build? I mean, I feel like they are the same. They both were the same type of players. And Russell is not plagued with injuries in regards to dunking the way he dunks and stuff of that nature. I just feel like it's unfortunate for Derek that he was plagued with so many injuries. Because I do feel like it's cutting his career short, and he's not living up to what everybody believed was going to be the next guy or the next face of the NBA at one point. And we do all know that Penny definitely, because of plagued injuries, definitely cut his career short, because Penny was one of the best to do it in the game when he was out there in Orlando with Shaq and stuff. So everybody used to love Penny, man. Penny had the commercial with the little Penny dude and all of that, man. Like, we love that, yes, and it's showing with Russell also. I don't feel like it's showing with Russell. You feel like that's showing with Russell, Trey?
I just think I honestly believe that Russell. I don't think Russell's on his decline yet because
Because
he's
he still has his explosion.
yeah. So I think what is
Definitely.
actually happening with Russell is that we're so used to seeing the triple double Russell that
Mm-hmm.
now saying that he's I ain't gonna say decline. He's just having an issue right now, and
Mm-hmm.
so with that, he's not the Russell that we used to seeing. And so it's
Right.
like, oh man, he's garbage and he's trash and all this type of stuff. So I think I'm looking forward to. I have all the hope and the faith that the season's getting ready to start back up. Starting,
Mm-hmm.
it's a
Tonight.
7 game slate tonight. That
Mm-hmm.
saying we're not playing tonight, but I think he starts to get it back on track. The AD's down. LeBron is saying playing at an all time high, but of course LeBron is 38, so you gotta sit up and give him something. And I think Russell is going with all the talk. Even one thing's going to happen. Even he's going to be like he's going to crush. He's going to falter under the pressure, or he's going to stand up to the occasion and start to become that dude in which we thought we drafted. I mean, we traded for, and saying put it on his back and get it. Not saying that he's going to get us there. We might not. It might not be championship aspirations, but he's going to get us in the playoffs and going to make a. It's not going to be like a one and done like we was last year. So I believe he's going to stand up at the end of the
Okay.
day.
Okay. Russell issue is he went to Los Angeles. What do you mean by that, AP?
I don't know. The only thing I can think of was he probably shouldn't have went home. That's his home, so it could be the
Oh,
pressure. It
oh,
could be the pressure of playing at home. That's the
okay.
only possible thinking, which I think that comes
Because
like
he played what, UCLA?
yeah, he played at UCLA. He went to UCLA, Luzinga High School, I think, and then he went to UCLA, and then of course from UCLA he was drafted by OKC,
Right.
and then he went from OKC to
Portland.
Houston,
Houston, I mean. And then
yeah,
he went to Portland.
Houston to Washington, and then Washington to LA. So
Why I keep saying Portland? I'm in Washington. I don't know why I keep saying Portland.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Portland plays tonight. Do they play tonight? Yes, they do. They play the Warriors tonight. Portland got the Warriors tonight.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
uh, any hot takes, Bishop? You think for the as the NBA season gets ready to get started again?
Well, like you, I'm very eager. Like you say, the games start back after the All-Star break tonight. So we got, like you say, we got 7 games tonight. But I did have a question for you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
here it comes right here.
Ah, that's interesting. So Mount Rushmore of the NBA. Of course, this is. I think this one's about to get me in trouble, man. So, of course, you put MJ on that Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
This is hard. Like this is hard when you look at it. It really is. It's hard because you
It
got to think
is.
like, what do you got? Because you have like everything.
Because
You
this
have
is a forever Mount Rushmore. When
yeah.
you put
Because
the
I can
Mount
say
Rushmore, you can't replace the faces. It
yeah.
is what it
So
is.
it's like you put if you put it up, it's like it's like do I?
It
It's exactly
stays.
what you
It's
just said.
permanent.
Like
It's permanent.
Michael, like you say, Michael Jordan. We could say, of course, is going to be on there.
Yeah,
One of
it's
four.
permanent. Yeah.
So he's like he could foresee him being a fourth
But
one.
these other 4
It's these other like this. It's the other 3 in which you have. It's like so you got to
or
think
3
about
because it's only 4. It's only 4
do I
now.
put you got to think do I put Shaq on? But then you're basically saying that Wilt and
Shaq is you're
Kareem
basically saying
and
Shaq is the best center ever.
center, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So and this is what I try to my best of my ability to and utilize. I utilize 4. I utilize 2 front court players and 2 backcourt players for the
Okay.
most part. So
Gotcha.
first front court player, of course, I think no one's not going to have an argument with, or not to the degree, is Michael Jordan on
Got
the
it.
Mount Rushmore. He'll be the
Don't
first.
disagree to that. Don't disagree with that at all.
Um,
Who's this other front court guy though?
well, I'll go with the other backcourt player first.
I mean backcourt player, yeah.
I'll go with Russell, Bill Russell. I'll go with Bill Russell. Bill Russell will be the other one.
And as soon as you said that, look at this.
So it's not even about the 2 people, but he was successful for I go there. So I do that. So I have the Russell,
I can't argue
Jordan,
that.
Russell and Jordan.
Okay, now we're down to 2.
You know what? I'm probably really gonna get some backlash for this. Initially, I've always been one of my favorite people has been Pete Maravich for a long time
Okay.
because I think he was basically he was
Pistol Pete.
way ahead of his yeah, Pistol Pete. I think he was way ahead of his time.
Mm-hmm.
But
I finally got you. He always giving up with coming up with the list. Who?
Steph Curry.
Woo!
Steph Curry.
Wow.
He's such a snoop. Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry.
Wow.
And this last one, in which I would try to try to avoid, but there's no avoiding it. But I can't say it. Would be.
I got him. Hey, normally Trey got all these, scenarios for us. I picked that one up yesterday. I was like, "Ooh,
I seen it because it's funny that you said it. I was like, I meant to bring it up yesterday, but so I'm torn between so many people, man.
It is because only 4 people can be on the mountain. Only 4.
And
Only
I feel
four.
like I'm doing a disservice if I say Steph and I don't say this particular one or either one of these two.
Okay.
But Magic Johnson.
Ah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew he was gonna stick Magic in there. I knew it. I freaking knew it. I knew he was gonna sneak
But I
Magic in
thought
there. So
about
he chose.
Kobe,
Yeah,
Larry,
he
like
chose. So check it, y'all. He chose three legends and one current player. Three legends and one current player that is still playing. So with yours, I definitely got to put Jordan up there.
mm-hmm.
But I'm surprised you didn't put Embiid in there.
Mm-mm.
You didn't put. I'm surprised you didn't put Shaq.
Mm-mm.
I'm surprised you didn't put Kobe. Really surprised you didn't put Kobe. I'm like really surprised you didn't put Kobe. Um uh I figured Magic was gonna be in there in your top five. I definitely figured Magic was gonna be in there. Or top four.
It was a hard choose because I was looking at Magic, Kobe, Larry Legend, like
Larry, yeah, Larry Legend, yeah. There's so many, man. There's so many, and that's a hard because it's not five, it's four. Um, I like you say, I would have to give it to my five. My four is definitely Mike without question.
mm-hmm.
I have to, and this is what I'm gonna say. Giving Mike, and I'm putting Kobe up there because of the simple fact that what Kobe did and had done coming out of high school, coming into a man's game and playing at the level in which he played, he deserves to be on that mountain. You know what I'm saying? He deserves to be on that mountain because this is a high school player coming out of, straight 18 years old, coming into a man's game and playing the way he played. It's hard to not put him on that mountain, man. It's hard
Mm-hmm.
not to do that. And then the NBA championships he had, the clutch shots, the clutch play, just all around. I got to put him. And then AP, I'm with you, man. Hakeem Olajuwon, the Duncans.
What's
What up,
good,
Wayne?
Wayne?
Hakeem Olajuwon gets no love, also, and they should. I
Like
get it. Hakeem Olajuwon, I totally agree. I mean, it's hard. Mount Rushmore, that is a hard thing to do with just four slots. That's a hard slot. But I say Michael, I say Kobe, and then
mm-hmm.
I gotta do two big men. And
Mm-hmm.
if I have to do a big man, yeah, I would have to put in Hakeem Olajuwon. To leave Shaq off is very
Hey,
disrespectful.
I'm feeling this.
It's very
I
disrespectful.
feel like I disrespected my man, Luau, Kareem, aka Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
That
by
too.
leaving him out. But
Yeah,
I just look at Russell, just
and I gotta go with Wilt too. I gotta go
build.
with Wilt.
Yeah, see, so it's like,
I gotta go with
especially
Wilt
those
too.
big men. Like I think back then, big men were more so of the thing.
The league, yeah.
Yeah, and then so now, of course, now we have some of the smaller with the front court players or the back court players being that. But it's like, and you like you just said, I put Steph, but I see Steph like when it's all said and done.
Like it's hard, and I couldn't disagree with you when you put Steph. I can't, bro. We and everybody, not everybody, but 90% of all analysts, especially NBA analysts, have put Steph Curry as the overall best shooter to ever
To
grace the
ever grace the
hardwood floor.
hardwood, yeah,
Bro, like it's without question, bro. Like nothing taking them from the Allens, the Millers,
yeah,
the
the
all those
Stocktons and
the
all them,
Stocktons,
the
all of them, the
Isaiah
Pete Maravich.
Thomas, like
I've
yeah, we
none
cannot.
taking nothing from him. But when you see the range of this guy's shot, like he just put on a clinic in the All-Star game. He just put on a clinic.
And
He
then
was 2 points
I seen the
away from
one he
beating
did.
the record.
I seen the one where he shot the from the logo. and from he pump fake Trey Young, and
Yeah, and
then
got him
got
past.
a knee, and they slowed it down, and I was like, "Yo, look!" I was like, "I watched it like 5 times." I was like, "Man, look at this!" Like he
She
let it go,
turned
turned,
around,
and then ice grilled Trey Young before he went in, and then
bro.
walked off the court, and then walked down the court. I was like, "Come on, man!"
Bro, there's no one like to be that good from that deep is ridiculous, bro. Like it's hard to leave or not to put Steph Curry on there because there's no one out there that can compare to Steph Curry's range of shot. It's not the fact that he shoots the three so well, but it's the fact of where he shoots the three from. Like the line is there's no reason to even have a line for him, a 3-point line. It's non-existent. It's
Range,
non-existent when it
walk
comes
into
to Steph Curry.
range as soon as you step past the tunnel.
Bro, people say I say his range starts when he walk in the gym. Like, bro, his range is once he's. Have you seen him shoot the ball from the fucking tunnel?
Yeah,
He
that's what I
shot the
said. When
ball
as soon
from
as you
the
go to the
tunnel,
tunnel.
bro. Bro, that's ridiculous. Wait, hold on. What you say? Oh, that was Applewhite. Does Dominic Sean Kemp not?
Dominique and Sean Kemp.
So
So no, just
no, yeah, I'm with
I mean,
Trey. No,
they're of course they're top 75 for a reason. But when you
right.
look at it, because
They're
honestly,
not Mount Rushmore.
when I sit back and think about it, for me, it's Rodman pushes further up the line to be on the Mount Rushmore than Dominique and Sean Kemp
Sean
do.
Kemp. Yep. Just because of his defensive play
Yeah, defensive
alone,
rebound like
the
he went
rebound.
alone, like yeah. So it's like yeah, it's crazy, man. And like I said, I feel like I left off. I feel like people in which I left off was Kareem, Larry Bird, Kobe, uh,
Absolutely.
Rodman.
Right.
Who else was out there?
But then
Will,
if Will Chamberlain, yeah, and
Dr.
if you
J, like
yeah, especially Dr. J. Especially Dr. J. Like he was the face of the NBA for a long time. He was the
oh hell,
Jordan
the
before him.
logo, Jerry West, he got
Jerry
left off.
West. Yeah, like come on,
Hell,
bro.
you left off some esteemed
But then
coaches.
you saying Dominic and Sean Kemp. Then are we forgetting about are we forgetting about uh not Durant? What we which Kevin Durant could be put on there too, mind you, because when have we ever seen a almost a 7 footer
7 foot.
outside of Dirk shoot the ball the way he shoots the ball? Like seriously. But I'm thinking about oh, what's his name? It used to be with Boston.
Kevin Garnett.
Garnett. Kevin was there. I couldn't think of his last name. Kevin Garnett. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying Dominic and Sean Kemp. What about Kevin
Hell,
Garnett?
we leaving off Chris Paul. Like it's like people that is like if players are now that's like yeah, that's definitely a hard one.
He does, Wayne. He does. Damon Leonard does have range, but he doesn't have Steph Curry range.
He's not Steph.
He's not Steph Curry range, and he can shoot the pill. Don't get me wrong. Dame can shoot the pill, but
James Harden can shoot.
He's not Vince Carter. You right about that. Vince Carter. Now Vince Carter. When it comes to highlights and yeah. So Trey, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
When this one ain't as hard. Who, if you could do an NBA versus, who would you like to see go against each other?
Oh, clearly, without a doubt, Jason Williams.
Versus who?
Jason Williams versus. I think mine would be bringing like old school back. So it would be like pulling the stuff from Jason Williams versus Pistol Pete.
Ooh, Jason Williams versus Pistol Pete. Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is your versus Anthony. Jordan versus Kobe. So I don't know if you've seen this, Anthony, and I'm sure Trey has seen it, but I don't know if he has or not. Have any of y'all seen the Have any of y'all seen the It wasn't a versus, but the Jordan and the Jordan and Kobe comparison in regards to how a lot of people said Kobe mimicked a lot of the Jordan's move. There's a whole
Oh yeah,
video
it
where
put it yeah.
put side by side of Kobe
Mm-hmm.
doing the exact identical
The
move.
mannerisms and all that.
Everything that I saw that on Facebook one day. Oh, okay, Apple White. I see that. I like it. That's a different type of versus.
Mm. This might be. Hold up, Wayne. Is that Tim Hardaway or Penny Hardaway?
Yeah, which one is it? Bad Boys versus Golden State Warriors. Bad Boys will win all day though. Yeah, is that Penny or is that Tim? Chris versus Chris Paul. Cause UTEP two-step Tim, bro, wasn't no joke.
Ooh,
UTEP
Timmy, killer
Tim was,
crossover, Timmy.
yeah. UTEP Tim, UTEP two-step Tim. I can't knock that one. That might be a nice little verses right there. That might be a nice little verse. But I think you know what? In my opinion, I think Tim's Hardaway verses would be better versus Kyrie than Chris
You think
Paul.
so?
Yeah, than Chris Paul. In my opinion. Just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think his verses against Tim would be better.
Yeah, Tim. And he's up for Hall of Fame this year.
Is he?
Yeah.
You think he'll make it?
I think yeah, I think he possibly get in. Especially if you look at Mitch Richmond and Chris Mullin are in, he should
Oh,
get in.
okay. Okay. Oh,
Oh,
that's what you going with that, Anthony? Jordan versus
Jordan and
LeBron. That's
LeBron.
what everybody probably would want to see. That's a versus everybody would want to see in the NBA. LeBron versus Jordan. That's probably.
Ooh, I think LeBron could get him.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, when I sit up and think about some of LeBron's, I think
No,
LeBron might be able to put
not
together
not
10
not
hot ones.
not in my opinion. I don't think so because
No,
LeBron. The only reason why I say that is because not taking anything away from LeBron. LeBron don't have finesse moves as many finesse moves as Jordan does.
but he got some bangers. I think.
He do got some bangers. He got some bangers. Ooh, this was one right here, Trey. Now
That's
that
the one you
right
want.
there, that's the one Trey won't. Because we
Shut it
talked
down.
about that about a week or
Yeah.
so ago. Yeah, right there, bro. That Kyrie and
But you know
Iverson.
what? Now, when I look after seeing what AI brought out against T Mac,
Mhm.
I don't think this is even a question. Like Kyrie probably didn't murk him. So that's why I didn't say AI against a lot of because I wasn't thoroughly impressed with what they put out for AI. I know he got
Really?
some out there, but it's like when you look at some of the stuff now, it's like nah, AI isn't ready. It's probably any of the ones that hell he might have AI might have problems with Tony
Tony who?
Parker.
No.
Okay, maybe not.
No.
I'm probably reaching on that one. But
Yeah.
but he
No. No.
like
Hell
I think
no.
he would have. I think AI would have problems with Chris. I think AI would have
Chris.
problems with
That would be a good
Tim.
one. Tim
Uh,
would be a damn good one.
so it's just when I look at what they did, I was like, man, I don't know about this one.
Yeah,
Like
those two definitely a good one. Yeah, I definitely agree. Kyrie and Allen Iverson, that would probably be the second best one out of the Michael Jordan, out despite the Michael Jordan and LeBron. I totally agree. That's a good one. I like that one, Wayne. I do. Oh, we got Boston tonight, so we got 7 games tonight. Trey, what you
7 games. So, all right, okay. So, of course, I'm rocking with the Cavaliers coming off the hosting the All Star Weekend, coming back full effect. I think they're going to continue on and get with their dominance or with their impending dominance, and get the Pistons, Celtics, and the Nets.
got? That's gonna
Usually,
be the
what
game of the
happens
night.
is of course, what usually happens is when we talk about this, we end up it'll be like I'm riding with someone until this happens, and then it
Mm.
happens. So
Yeah, it does.
so I'm going with Boston. I'm gonna see. I
Okay,
think their defensive,
on the road.
their defensive prowess has been. I'm a big guy when it comes to defense, no matter it's NFL, or any of that. I believe in defense. I think that with the Boston Celtics with their defense is going to continue that.
Mhm.
The Sun and the Thunder, of course, is our first game to see the
Nice,
Suns
Wayne.
without. I'll be at that. Okay.
Nice.
Oklahoma, up in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I think the Suns, even though they're without Chris Paul for the next month and a half, 2 months. They still got Booker, Aiden, Bridges, and a company. So I'm rocking with the Suns on this one. Of course,
Mhm.
I'm rocking with the Grizzlies, and they continue
That
on.
bad man, Ja.
Ja, saying Ja, JJJ, and Bang.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Bulls, I'm rocking with my man, the Rosens, Hub City representative. I'm with you, fam. Of course, the Warriors and the Nuggets get it on the road in
Against the
Sacramento.
sack. Against sack. So I'm
Yes,
gonna go
sir.
with the Cavaliers, like Trey. I'm definitely gonna do the Cavs. I'm taking Brooklyn. I can't go against Brooklyn stand up. The Suns, like he said, we know CP3 is not playing. He's out for a while. Tonight is definitely going to determine how Phoenix is going to do without the without CP3. But I'm still going to take the Suns on the road. I am not going against Ja because Ja, that's my dude, man. I'm definitely taking the Grizzlies on the road in Minnesota. The Hawks and the Bulls, that's probably the second best game of the night. Um, with Ice Trey out
Mm-hmm.
in Atlanta, and of course you got like he said that man DeMar DeRozan out in the Bulls. I'm gonna come back to that game because that's that. I'm gonna come back to that game. Warriors definitely Steph, Clay starting to find himself. You know what I'm saying? Definitely taking the Warriors over the Trailblazers and the Nuggets. I'm going with the Nuggets over the Kings on the road. And that Atlanta Hawks. I'm gonna go with the Bulls, man. Only because they playing at home, man. Only because they playing at home. I'm gonna take the Bulls. But yeah, that's my pick for tonight's 7 game stretch. Is Green playing for the Warriors? I don't know.
I don't think he's
No.
back yet. Let me
Yeah, I
see.
don't think I haven't heard that he was playing. I do know that they talking about whatchamacall's gonna play tomorrow though. You heard
Who?
that, Trey?
Which one?
Um,
Simmons or Harden?
Harden.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Minnesota they play tomorrow. I heard he's gonna play. They saying he could possibly play. I'm not saying they saying he's going to play. I'm sorry, they saying he possibly could play against Minnesota tomorrow.
Mm.
It's still out, but yeah, he could possibly play tomorrow. So I'm sure a lot of people gonna be looking forward to that. Definitely.
So, of course, that's what we have for today. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow. Wayne, Mr. Motherland Beach, I know you're going to the game tonight, but be sure
Yes.
to tune in tomorrow as we will have a discussion in reference to what it is that you talked about the other day. Women and their positioning in the sports, as we look to have a couple of ladies on as I'm working now to get a couple of ladies on. I need to hit Kim up and see if she'll be willing to get on as well.
Absolutely.
But that, of course, myself, Ron, and Bishop will be here, where we can have a discussion, a conversation about this, ladies and their point in sports, um, people from different aspects of it. So it should be a very engaging conversation indeed. So be sure tomorrow here, as usual, 09 1100 hours Central Standard Time. Of course, that means 10 to 12 if you're on the East, or 7 to 9 if you're on the West Coast. So, Bishop, when last words, my brother?
No, you got it, Trey. You can close this out today, baby.
Yes, yes. So, of course, next time we look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Be sure to check us out. Yes, hot indeed. You know it's going to be. So, of course, if you got something, be sure to be there in the comments so we can hear the conversation. Everyone's comment is warranted. Everyone has a opinion and should have a way to voice it or spate it. It may invoke a conversation that can lead to invoke change. We don't know, but of course we'll get to see it as we talk to some of these ladies that are in even working sports or have been a part of sports and see what they say and their take on things is. But of course, you want to know you'll be able to see it here live tomorrow, 09 to 1100 hours. You always can catch us on YouTube channel, First Formation YouTube, E2G, YouTube, E2G Sports Network, Twitter, however, saying whatever your preferred platform is, the ideal is just to catch us. catches like a football on our out route. We
Right.
greatly appreciate y'all checking in with us, and we look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow to finish up this week. Enjoy the games tonight. We look forward to talking to you now. At this time, show attention. Fall out. Enjoy your day.
Side Road 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated in the building. Y'all have a great